Hello and welcome. My name is Thomas. I'm a 19-year-old Belgian guy. My mother tongue is Dutch and I started learning English at the age of 13, and over the last couple of years I for some reason managed to acquire a fair number of English accents, both native and non-native, and in this video I just like to share them with the world, so here you go. For once time's sake, I'm having a crown in my head to get some of the Queen's spirit, and to wish you and all of those whom you love and care for a very happy Christmas. Here is the BBC Radio News, read by James Smith. 18 days after the German invasion of Belgium, the Belgian military has surrendered and the government has fled to London. I don't quite like your tone, young man. I fought in the Second World War during the Battle of Dunkirk, and I still remember the agony so vividly, as if it were yesterday. The train passenger is a rather peculiar creature of which we possess very little knowledge. When we compare it to other human beings, we can clearly see how it has developed some remarkably distinctive behavioural traits. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This is Baron's Court. Change here for the District line. This is a Piccadilly line service to Cockfosters. If you want to speak an English employee, please press 1. So the other day I was sitting on my computer. I was on my Twitter. Back in Liverpool, I used to eat a lot of chicken for breakfast until I didn't fit in my cakes. And then my mum said, "You need to work out." I don't understand a single word you're saying to me. When you come to Glasgow, the most beautiful town in Scotland, you need to speak proper English. When I was in Dublin last summer, I reckoned the Irish accent is the hardest in the entire world. If you want to speak with an American employee, please press 1. I'm not really good at doing an American accent, to be honest. I live in a small apartment in New York, and every morning I drink my coffee, I walk my dog, close my door, get in my car and head to Central Park. And I was like, oh my god, what are you trying to say to me? I don't understand it. We might sound different. We are just as American as you are. I'm from Tennessee and I really do enjoy doing this accent because it's like a mumbling bumblebee on a trampoline. What the hell is they talking about? It's about time we can go and sit in our Chesterfields, eh? That I might say, yesterday I'd been drinking too much grog and I went to Bondi Beach after that. And the rescue guy told me, you can't go into the water. There are sharks all over the place. But I said to him, do I care? No, I don't. And so I went into the water and yeah, there was a shark. He bit off my leg. But you know, life's too short. And I was like, dude, come on man. We are Indians, we speak proper English. We don't talk like this all the time, you know. It is actually one of the biggest hoax in human history. We just pretend to talk like this for the foreigners. And stop asking me about your computer. Welcome down under to New Zealand. You're very angry because when you look on the internet, we are often left off the world map. My name is Uwe. And yesterday I went to that church together with my brother, my father, my sisters, and my mother. And the pastor said that Jesus loves all of us, no matter what we do, no matter what we think, no matter what color of skin we do have. Because whether you have a brown egg or a white egg, the inside is basically the same. Hey, my name is Lars. I'm from Sweden, and when I was younger I really enjoyed watching Pippi Longstrump because of the music. Why don't you listen to the Swedish guy, because I'm from Norway, and in Norway our music is much better. For example, in 1985 we won the Eurovision Song Contest with a song called La det swinge, La det rock and roll, and it is a song that you really need to know when you come to Norway. It's very important. I'm Jesper from Denmark, and just don't listen to the Swede or the Norwegian guy, because they don't have like a famous fairy tale writer like Hans Christian Andersen. Nor do they have a famous philosopher like Søren Kierkegaard. I don't care about Swedish belongstocking, nor do I care about Norwegian Eurovision music. nor do I care about Danish famous people, because I'm from Finland and it's cold and I do whatever I want to. When I want to say perkele saatana, I will say perkele saatana. We, the Icelanders, are still the best Scandinavians on the entire globe, because we have volcanoes like the Eyjafjallajökull that can put air traffic down for several days in a row. Vladimir Dmitry, come here and tell the people what you have done in Vladivostok yesterday. They really want to know. Back in Italy, on the main squares of the villages, there are always old men and women sitting on the benches, watching the bambini playing and shouting. In Western Europe, you don't see that anymore. It is a real shame, such a pity. When you want to drink a lot of beer and eat a lot of bratwurst and sauerkohl here in Germany, then you really need to come like in October, because then it is the Oktoberfest. When you come to Paris, you need to make sure that you visit the Centre Pompidou and also the Louvre, because those two things are the most important things to visit in the City of Lights. So my name is Glaswegian. I am from Scheveningen, which is a little village near The Hague, and I just want to tell you a story. So yesterday I was in Amsterdam and I went to the Dom. I visited the Dom. After that me and my parents, we went to a coffee shop, and there we bought some of the good stuff that we can get here in the Netherlands. We have reached the last accent, which is basically my native kind of accent. I am from Flanders, my native language is Flemish Dutch, and when I would do like no effort whatsoever to not sound Flemish, I would more or less sound like this. And to be very honest, I really need to focus more on the pronunciation when I talk like this than when I would talk in any other English accent. That is kind of ironic, I think, but it's just very funny, you know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to love your own accent, because diversity, both linguistic and cultural, is something that should be cherished and embraced. I hope you have a splendid day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I'm making a video, for Christ's sake. And hopefully you're going to subscribe, because I would really appreciate that. Bye.